No vea, a Sevilla. Y al último que cuando ya salió la bien de regla.
It is Monday on Raid Shadow Legends, but you knew that. Now, with another month, or what should be another month, but actually it's one day before right now because it's still the 30th of September for myself, comes another Fusion Legendary event, Brewguard Jeroboam, or at least I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. He is a Fragment collection event instead of the Fusion one. So that means you don't have to make a bunch of food in a tedious manner and then take your scout out of a portal in a set time frame, otherwise you miss out. You can, if you finish this fusion, you can withdraw from a portal whenever you want. And that's about as much as I can say in terms of positive things about this champion. Yeah, I didn't really feel like going full contrarian today. You could probably tell by the video title and the thumbnail. So instead of going through all of this, unless you're really good at retaining information based off text, then I'll give you the fusion plan. So there you go. I'm probably gesturing in the wrong direction, but I don't think you care too much. Right, have you had a look at that now? Paused the video, studied it, decided that all this is worthless to me. I'm not going to fuse this guy. Well, guess what? Me neither. Anyway, let's have a look at him, shall we? Because, after all, that's the best way to study what a champion does, is by reading their skill set. What a concept, right? So, first off, in terms of this fusion surprised me, it's how his speed stat's actually a bit higher than I thought it'd be for a defense champ. Normally, only supports are allowed to be, like, faster than 105 or so. So, I guess a few points speed is better than not having him. And in terms of having him, someone's already got him. Yeah, very helpful, thank you. So overall design, he's like a lot of champions in this game, he's way too busy for no real reason, although he does have spiked splintered kegs on his arms to go keg W with. Yeah, I'm immature like that, what do you expect? So anyway, so to go through his skills without reading out attacks on enemy 2 times has a 35% chance of wasting your time by reading what you can already look at. This actually compares better than the A1 of White Queen Ankara or Grand Oak Quadrig, purely because this is a 50% chance twice, and unless it is just Ankara Narcissus where the cooldown effect is always going to him, then sometimes you might end up cooling down something that was already at 1 turn, and then you can possibly get another CDR effect elsewhere. CDR, cooldown reduction, MOBA term, sorry. So it's good in that regard, but if a turn meter effect is going to throw out a speed tune, then this kind of is another mark against this champion who already has not a great level of application in the game. Now, his A2, I'd say, is his best skill, purely because it's one of the cleanses in the game that don't actually place block debuffs afterwards, and this is beneficial mostly for Hydra, where you're worried about Head of Mischief snatching your buff off you, spreading it around, and now there's block debuffs on the entire thing because your block buff's filled for some reason, and now you're in a pretty bad spot. Both of these heal scale this max HP, so I don't know why he's classed as defense. He should be classed as HP in that regard, because that's what we build in him. You're not going to build defense or anything more than just a way to take less damage, because this is his only attacking skill. This doesn't attack, this doesn't attack, and you're not exactly going to be going full nuke Jeroboam. If it isn't pronounced like that, then please correct me. Actually, don't bother, because you're reading way too much into it. And going out over his A3, this is probably one of the weaker skills in the game, honestly. Why is it a 4-turn cooldown? This wouldn't have been broken as a 3-turn cooldown. Not even as a 2-turn cooldown. We've got 2-turn cooldown in the game that steals a turn meter off all enemies and then stuns them. So, what's happening here? Reverse power creep, etc. Also, in terms of funny 5th anniversary, man, it's kind of funny how there have been a non-zero amount of people who've looked at this and how he's read a fantasy and have thought, oh, this is an man's counter because he can weak hit, and then he can cleanse the debuffs, which combine his passive, which means he still loses turn meter. He can still be stunned because he's not immune to it like Jingwon or something. And okay, he gets 20% turn meter back. That's great. He gets then 20% turn meter back, even though I'd lost it all, so even if he cleanses them, they're still kind of miles behind. And honestly, if this guy is this much of an issue, a 5th anniversary man, then sheep. 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 Okay, that's enough that nonsense dealt with. But yeah, so I didn't cover this properly. This should at least be a 3-turn cooldown. Give more turn meter, increase speed as well, because otherwise all you have is this. I can't call something a Hydra champion just because it's not useful elsewhere. That's not how it works, but I suppose maybe it is. But even then, if 2 of his skills aren't dealing damage, and the other one also doesn't do a whole lot of the time, then all he's doing is stealing turns. And once you get to a point where you are surviving the full 1,500 turns in Hydra, you want to start maximizing damage. You don't want to start focusing on surviving anymore because you are surviving. So now it's taking that survival and taking it to the next level. And now I'm sounding like one of those open world PvP MMOs now. Or ones that aren't PvP or are open world and aren't doing particularly great. Although that's my jab at Throwing Liberty, which I looked at and was thoroughly unimpressed with. But now I'm harping on about something that isn't raid, and you're probably wondering, what is he going on about? So yeah, we've looked at this. This also is on a 2-turn cooldown for I don't know what reason. I guess they just wanted to make a bad fusion so people could say, oh, that's great. That means I don't have to play the game now, I can do something else. I mean, if you're bored and burnt out, then just like play something else. Like, sure, like Raid at its core is a pretty decent game. It's just for developers and the overall model is kind of weird. I mean, let's be honest here. The core gameplay does work. It's just they've gone a bit silly lately, and yeah, they just made a champion that not many people are going to end up using. And although there is one area he is really good in, and that area you're going to be really surprised by, because it's the same one where you're not allowed to use any of your good champions, and that's right, it's Curse City. Because hey, good in Curse City when you can't use anything else. Anyway, that's pretty much all for me now. For me, I'm going to just sit back and do something else for a while, because I'll get this champion out of the Ancient Shard at some point, and he's going to go in the Reserve Vault, and that's where he's going to stay. Anyway, tomorrow I have another video about the live arena driving, so if you're looking forward to that, then we had better this time around. But yeah, until then, we're done. So yeah, see ya.